very much for coming, and hopefully you're going to have to make some fun stuff this morning, make our breakfast pizza, and also orange, clementines, tangerines, or whatever they are, dipped in chocolate. So you've got your little bowl of some sort with your chocolate chips in, okay? Now, what you want to do, great, you're going to take a little pot of some sort of saucepan, and put a little bit of water in it, about an inch of water in there. I'll show you what I mean, all right? So I have my pot here. Can you see there's water in it? And when you've got the water in it, you're going to put that onto the stove. And we're going to turn that on very carefully. Turn it to sort of medium, all right, about medium. And then very carefully put your chocolate chips on top like that, all right? And what's going to happen is the water's going to heat up, and what it's going to do, it's going to melt the chocolate, okay? Because if you try and melt the chocolate in the microwave, sometimes it goes all funny. It goes like brown chewing gum. It's horrible and isn't nice at all, and it won't work to dip the fruit in. So we want to let it melt fairly slowly. So turn it down to low, all right? And then you will need to have an oven mitt close by so that you can lift it off, or mummy or daddy can lift it off in a little bit, okay? So while that is melting, we want to peel our fruit, okay? Now you may be able to do this with your fingers like this. It's usually the easiest way. If you've got small ones, stick your finger in the top like that and just pull the skin off a little bit at a time. All right? I'm going to pull it all off like that. And you can we'll do 2 of these, I think. All right? These look good to eat already, but we're going to wait and put our chocolate on them in a little bit, okay? All right, so I've peeled one of mine off completely. Yes, Annabelle, you got a question? Unmute yourself, darling, if you can ask a question. Sorry. Perfect. That's just right. Yes, we're going to separate them out like that into the little segments. That's right. You're ahead of me there, Annabelle. Little pieces like this. Good job. That's great. Well done. So separate all your little pieces out, and do 2 or 3 of them. It's up to you. These are so easy to eat, these little things, aren't they? They're much easier than regular oranges. Regular oranges are hard because you get all sticky and all the juice comes out all over the place. So I'm going to do another one. Oh, this one, the skin's coming off a bit easier on this one. All off like that. All right, and this one's separating a bit more easy than the other one too. That's funny because they came out of the same bag, but there you go. You never know. All right, so I've got 2 there like that. I'm going to throw my skins away. I have a garbage bin under my table here, so I can throw all my garbage away. Keep this nice and tidy and clean. Okay. So you want to give your chocolate a little stir. So what you want to do is carefully, if the handle of your pot is a little warm, hold it with an oven mitt like that. All right, and carefully, you can hold the bowl too. Just move the chocolate around a little bit, and you should see it starting to melt a little bit in the bottom, all right? It takes a few minutes. You can leave the spoon on the top like that. So we're just gonna wait for that to melt, okay? Once it's melted, we're going to dip our oranges in it. Now, we're gonna put these, once they're dipped, we're gonna put them on a cookie sheet. All right, on a piece of either wax paper or parchment paper, okay? And that, the reason we're going to do that is because it'll stop them sticking. They won't stick. Otherwise, if we put them straight on the cookie sheet, they're going to stick, and then all the chocolate's going to come off. We don't want that. All right. So you have to be patient with this chocolate. Now, be very careful because your pot may get a little hot. Pot gets hot, okay? I'm going to turn my heat down a little bit more. I don't want it to melt too quickly because that's what makes it go like brown glue. So slowly just stir it around. Be very careful that you don't knock that pot off the stove, all right? Around and around. Can you see how mine's melting? But I've still got some chocolate chips in there. So I've got to melt it a little bit more. So you have to be patient because it does take a little while and it's very easy. I always tell the grown-ups, don't be impatient because they tend to be like, oh, turn it up and we'll make it melt really quickly. And then it goes all funny and we don't want that, all right? It's getting there, getting smooth and really yummy. Almost there. See, almost there. A few little lumps in there, just a few. Now, when we dip these in the chocolate, we're just going to dip half of them in the chocolate. So we can hold each piece and then dip it in the chocolate. All right, I'm pretty much there. Mine is all melted, okay? So I'm just going to stir it a bit more and push the chocolate into the middle. Take my spoon out, put that back over there. So this is where you're going to be careful, okay? So you're going to take an orange piece. Why have I frozen? There we go. Ah, froze for a minute. Take a piece of orange and dip it in your chocolate about halfway up like that. Give it a little wiggle. So it looks like that. And then put it on your cookie sheet that's got your parchment paper or wax paper on there, okay? The reason we're doing these first is we want them to set before we eat them. They still taste yummy like this, but they taste better if they dry up. It's a bit like, just like chocolate dipped strawberries, but a little different. And you've got a nice piece to hold on to without getting chocolate all over your mouth, all right? All over your hands, I mean. Like that. Line them all up. Oh, we just got somebody else. Good, good, good. Let me just see who our other person is. Woo! Oh, what happened there? Oh, sorry, guys. I think you lost me for a minute. Okay, admits. There we go. Who just joined us? Yes, Annabelle. You got a question, Annabelle? Hi. Who have we got? Who's this joining us?
Ours is not melting.
It's not, I'll be right with you. It's not melting. It will. It'll melt. It just takes a little while.
It's sort of melting. It's not melting that much.
It'll melt. It'll melt. All right. Sorry. Who just joined us? I'm sorry.
Molly.
Hi, Molly. How are you? Well, I'm just going to tell you what we started doing. I'm Chef Gaynor. All right. What we started doing was melting our chocolate. So you want to put your chocolate chips in a bowl that's metal or glass, okay? And then you're going to take a small pot, put about 1 inch of water in, and let it hot, and then turn your heat down really low. Put your chocolate chips on the top like this and let them melt. All right? And then what we've done is we've peeled our little tiny oranges, our mandarins, like this. All right, we've got them all sitting here on the table, and we've just started dipping them in chocolate like this. Okay, so that's what we're doing at the moment. I think people are still melting their chocolate, so I'm going to wait for everybody's chocolate to be melted. Mason, is your chocolate melted yet? Give me a thumbs up. Good job. All right, so you can start doing that. Molly and Annabelle, are we getting melted? Yes. Sort of. All right. And Molly, when you are set up, if you could mute yourselves and just unmute yourself when you have a question, that'd be great.
She said, what? Mom, listen to her. Okay.
Sorry, just press the mute button, please, Molly's mum.
Where's the mute button? Where's the mute button?
It's on the top. Should be on the top or the bottom, I think. All right, so we're dipping like this. I'm dipping away here. I'm doing a few more. Doing this slowly. All right. Oh, these look too good enough to eat. Ooh. I didn't dribble like that, so we don't want all that dribbly stuff on there. Or maybe we do, but. Do you know what's a really other good thing you can do with melted chocolate? And I did this with some kids the other day, was we melted chocolate like this, and then we put it in a small, like, plastic bottle with a thin, like a squeegee bottle. And we put sheets of parchment paper down and we wrote our names. And then what some of the kids were going to do, they were going to, for Father's Day, they were going to write their daddy's name or dad or Happy Father's Day, and then give it to dad or put it on a cake or something like that. So we were saying that you could do that and make pretty little heart-shaped chocolate colors to go on top of cupcakes or something like that, which would be really, really fun. All right. Okay, have we started dipping yet? Let me have a look. I'm going to look on my camera here so I can see you guys. Yes, good job. Molly, I love your headband. That's really cute. Oh, well done, Nathan. That's great. Right, so what I suggest now, you can either just, when you finish them, you can either put them to one side or you can pop them in the fridge. If you put them in the fridge, they're going to get, the chocolate's going to set much quicker. All right, so it's up to you. If you just put them to one side, they may take about an hour to get firm. If you're too desperate to eat them in a bit, then pop them in the fridge and you can eat them sooner. They'll set up really quickly. Okay. Whoop, there we go. All right, I could do another one, but I'm going to stop at that. All right, so there's mine, all done. And I'm going to pop mine in the fridge so I can eat a couple with you a little bit later. All right, Molly, how is your chocolate coming? Is it melting? Good, good, good. And Molly and Annabelle, have you started dipping yours yet? Let me see. Oh, fantastic. Those look great. I like Daddy's apron. All right, so we're going to wait a couple of minutes so that Molly can get caught up with hers. And if you have extra chocolate, I'm sure your fingers in it and try a bit just to make sure it tastes okay. All right, I'm sure it tastes really good. In fact, I'm going to taste a bit of mine. Yum, yum. Now I better wash my hands. There we go. So while you're waiting, those of you who are, if you could turn your oven, or Daddy can, or Mummy can turn the oven on to 350 degrees, all right? And let that warm up while we're waiting, all right? Because that is what we are going to cook our breakfast pizza in a little bit. I keep looking down because I want to see what they're doing. I need to check and see what they're up to. Yeah, they are. So I've got you on two screens here because I need to see that you can see me. So I've got another screen here so I can see what you guys are doing. Check up on you, you see. So I can see what you're all doing. Chocolate all over my finger. That was when you stick your finger in chocolate. All right, how's Molly doing? How are we doing? All right, are they all dipped, Molly? Getting there? No rush, there's no rush. Just give me a thumbs up when you've finished, all right? And we'll wait, just wait for you to get caught up a little bit. This is why I allowed an hour for this, because I was thinking, you know, everybody works at different speeds and stuff. So now, so who's ever had pizza for breakfast? I think pizza for breakfast is a great idea. It's still a little healthier though than regular pizza for breakfast, because we've got eggs in it, so that's a good thing, isn't it? We need eggs. We are going to need a little bowl to beat our eggs together in. So if you've got some sort of bowl that we can beat our eggs in, that will be good. I've just got another metal bowl here. I've got lots of these metal bowls. They're great because they don't break. And they can drop on the floor and all sorts of things. And they can go in the oven and all sorts of different things. So they work really well. So. Okay, yeah, that looks good, Annabelle. That looks perfect. Nathan, you got a bowl for your eggs? Great, good job. Oh, those look beautiful. Those are lovely, well caught up, Molly. All right, so pop those in the fridge. All right, so we are gonna look at our breakfast pizza now. And what we, let's just check all the ingredients. Make sure we have all our ingredients first. Here's my tray here with my ingredients on. I have my package of pizza crust. You can make pizza dough too if you want to. I have my 4 eggs in here, my bacon, and my grated cheese. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we are going to open our pizza crust. I think this is the most challenging part for me, is opening this. I can never get the flipping thing in the, what's it properly. Let me grab a small knife. We want to open this up and we're going to lay our pizza dough into our cookie sheets. And you can make it round if you want to, or you can just make it rectangular like the shape that it is. I have terrible trouble opening these things. They never pop for me. They was like, oh, I don't know. I never know where you meant to start it. We're always kind of like, all right, be careful opening this. Maybe have mum or dad do it because they do pop open quickly when they do open, all right? So be careful. You're probably better at this than I am. All right. So try and get it out in one piece. That usually works best. There we go. Now, what I am going to do, if you have some of that non-stick spray, we're going to spray some of that on the cookie sheet so it doesn't stick, because we don't want to make this delicious pizza and then it stick, do we? So spray it all over like that. Okay. And then you want to carefully unroll your dough. As I say, you can do this in a large cookie sheet and just do it as it goes, or you can do it in this size one. It doesn't matter really. I've got what's called a quarter sheet, a small sheet that I'm going to press my dough into. So just press it down gently with your fingers into the bottom. Okay, like that.
Press it up. Press it up into the thing.
That's it. Press it down, girls. That's it.
I'm positive that you got 2 of these.
No, I got one. Not the container.
Yeah, we're good.
Mama, no, look at the oranges. Mama,
They look so cool.
you know, we did Father's Day. There are Father's
All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of, I'm using olive oil. You can use any sort of oil really. And we're going to drizzle a little bit on top of here. Not too much.
Not much pizza.
It's
You
okay.
don't need that
Yes,
much.
you're okay, Mom.
Just like this, okay? And then if you can, if you have a little pastry brush, just looks like a little paintbrush, doesn't it? If you have a pastry brush, you can spread it all over. If you don't have a pastry brush, you can do it with your fingers and then wash your hands, all right? So if you can go like this, and then it's just to spread it over. It just helps to keep the dough nice and moist, all right? All over the bottom like that.
Well, we're gonna share. We're on mute, right?
Yes.
No.
No, I can hear you. It's fine. I can hear you, Mary.
Sorry.
Question.
That's all right, no problem. All right, so it should look right like this, okay? Do it in the order essentially, so I don't confuse everybody. All right, now this dough is going to go in your oven in that oven we just heated. So it has to get to 350, and it's going to go in there for about 7 or 8 minutes. All right, so we'll put it in for 8 minutes. Okay, so very carefully, with help, put it in your oven. Be very careful not to touch any of the rungs in there or anything. Pop it in like that, and then put your timer on, or have mom or dad put your timer on. I'm going to put 8 minutes, and I'm going to press enter. So I know when it's ready to come out, because we want to cook it a little bit first, and then we're going to put the topping on, because we're going to cook the eggs and we're going to cook the bacon, and then we're going to put the cheese on top of that. So we basically, when it goes back in the oven, it only goes back in the oven for a few minutes. So not like regular pizza where you start with everything uncooked and you put it in the oven and it cooks for about 20 or 30 minutes, depending on the pizza. This way, 2 of the things we're putting on the top are going to be already cooked. All right, so that's why we cook it for a little while first, to start that crust to cook, so it's not raw when we go to eat it. All right, so next we want to break our eggs. Now we're going to use the whole egg, so you want to break your eggs into a bowl. Now you want to be very careful doing this. I think the easiest way to do it is to hold the egg in your hand like this and give it a sharp tap on the side of your bowl, or you can use a small knife to do it. So you have a hole in it like that, all right? Then what you want to do, take your 2 thumbs like this, hold your egg like this, put your fingers in that hole, kind of force them into the hole and pull it apart like that and drop your egg in over the bowl, because otherwise it'll go all over the floor. All right, so I'm going to crack this one with a knife, put my fingers in, pull it apart and drop the egg in. All right, so 4 eggs. And we are going to make like scrambled eggs with this to go on top of our pizza crust. Last one in, plop. There we go. Those are my 4 eggs. I'm going to throw my shells away. So now we want to mix those together. You can either use a fork or you can use a little whisk if you have a whisk. Either works, all right? So you want to hold your bowl and gently, don't do it too fast, because then the egg yolks is gonna fly out and end up on the floor. So just gently like that. So you mix it all together, all right? That's it, I can see you all mixing, good job. So it's all nicely mixed together, all right? Now, once you've done that, we're gonna season with a bit of salt and pepper. So I suggest about, for this number of eggs, about half a teaspoon of salt, which is about that much, and a little bit of pepper. You don't have to put pepper in if you don't want to. I like pepper a lot, so I'm going to put quite a lot of pepper in mine, but maybe a 1/4 teaspoon will be fine. It's up to you. All right, and we're going to whisk that just to mix it in. That just makes the eggs taste really good, okay? All right, so once we've done that, we are going to cook these eggs. So what we're going to do, you're going to use a small skillet. I'm not going to use this one. Just a small fry pan. It doesn't matter. A small one is good. If you've only got a big one, that works fine. Turn it on carefully to sort of between medium and low. All right. And then you're going to put a little bit of oil in the bottom. About a tablespoon of oil in the bottom. And we're going to let that, we're going to swish it around like that. And then let that heat up a little bit before we put our eggs in, just a little bit. All right. Now for this, you're going to want a wooden spoon. I'm going to grab another one to cook your eggs. Okay. Again, we have to be very careful when we're doing this, that you want to make sure your handle to your pan is not sitting over the edge like this. You can see how close I am to this. If I go past and I knock it, I could knock it out and then the oil could burn me or the pan could burn me, all right? So you always want to make sure that your handles are faced either away from you or on the inside of the stovetop, so that you don't run the risk of either you or someone else chipping past it and knocking it off, okay? So we let it heat a little bit. So now we're going to carefully take our eggs, gently pour those in, all right? And we're going to let those cook for a minute or two, and then we're going to mix them around so we have scrambled eggs, all right? And they'll take a while, but you don't want to cook them too quickly. I don't know whether you guys ever cooked scrambled eggs before, but if they cook really quickly, they're really dry and they're not nice. They're nicer if they're cooked a little bit more slowly. So it'll take a little bit of time to get going, and then once they start, they get firm really quickly. What's everyone's favorite type of eggs? Scrambled eggs, or do you like boiled eggs, or poached eggs, or omelets, or what? Mine are poached eggs. I love poached eggs. That's my favorite. Yes, Nathan.
I like omelets.
You like omelets? Good. Do you make an omelet? Can you make an omelet? Have you made one, Nathan?
Yes.
Good. Good for you. Good for you. Molly, what's your favorite type of egg?
Omelet.
Omelette. All right. Molly and Annabelle, what's yours?
Scrambled.
Scrambled. What about you, Molly?
She doesn't eat them.
Oh. She doesn't like them at all.
Allergic to them.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm going to show you this very carefully. Can you see how I'm getting sort of lumpy bits in my eggs? That's my scrambled egg thing. So I'm going to stir it around a bit now. And I'm going to put it back on the stove, and I'm going to continue doing that till it's all cooked. So it's all not liquidy anymore.
Watch out, that's hot. I think ours is done, girls. Okay, put it back. Yeah, put it back.
Yeah, if it's done, take it off. All right. And when we're going to cook the bacon next, you can either wipe out this pan and use the same pan, or if you have another pan, you can cook the bacon, or if you're not using bacon, obviously, so we're just going to use cheese, that's fine. This will cook once it starts, as I think Molly and Annabella found out, it cooks pretty quickly once it starts. So, see, it's starting to get a little bit less liquidy and more solid, more lumpy, which is not a bad thing when you're making scrambled eggs. All right. And it'll firm up a bit while it's sitting for a minute. So mine's pretty much done there. So I'm actually going to sit mine right here. See, it's all solid now. It's all cooked together. So I'm going to sit mine on top of my oven mitt here because I don't want to burn my countertop. I'm going to use another pan I've got here just because it's easier. But as I say, if you want to scrape that out and just wipe the pan out, and then you can use it for your bacon, all right? So with your bacon, I'm preheating the pan. Now, my timer has just gone off. It went beep beep. So that shows me that my crust is done enough for now. So I'm going to pull it out. It won't look like it's cooked, but it should look like it's puffed up. Mine's puffed up quite a lot. I haven't been able to get my filling on the top. I have quite a small pan here, but there you go. See, it's puffed up a bit, but it's not cooked all the way through, but it's started to cook, and it'll start to have cooked underneath more than on the top, all right? So I'm gonna sit that right here while I cook my bacon, all right? So I'm heating my pan. Now, my pan's quite small. I have 3 slices, actually I have 4 slices of bacon here, but whatever. I'm gonna cut mine in half like this because my pan's quite a small pan. And I'm going to lay my bacon carefully in here. I might have to do 2 lots at a time with this small pan, I think. Yes, should use the bigger pan. So I'm putting my bacon in there, and I'm going to let it get nice and crispy. Okay. If you can cook it all at once, that's great. If not, no big deal. You can do it in 2 lots. So once you have your bacon in, we can take our shell, pizza crust, I should say. Whoa, yes, I should have used the bigger pan, I think. Now, we are going to take our eggs, take all the eggs out like this.
How many pieces of bacon do we need?
3 or 4, it's up to you. If you like more bacon, you can cook more, it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna have a lot of
Let's
bacon.
do 4 pieces.
You're gonna have a lot of bacon, all right. All right, so I have my eggs on here. Can you see that? Just remember, which I nearly forgot, the pan is hot, all right? So you want to hold it with an oven mitt. And you're gonna smush your egg out all over. Smush is a very big cooking term. Smush it here, smush it there, shove it here, all right? So we're spreading it out all over like that. And then we are going to add the bacon on the top in a minute. So I'm going to sit that back over here. See how my bacon's doing. Now, we all love crispy bacon. I do too. But you don't want to make this too crispy because remember, it's going to go back in the oven for a few minutes. So it's going to crisp up a bit more. So you want it lightly crispy. And then when we put it in the oven, it'll crisp up some more. All right?
Are we supposed to put our eggs on the pizza dough already?
Yes, yes. You can put your eggs on the pizza dough now, yes. You see I've got mine right here? Okay, it's a bit hard to see because it's the same color as the dough, but I do have my eggs on the pizza dough. Oh, smell of bacon cooking is great, isn't it? Particularly in the morning. My husband has bacon for breakfast every morning. I try not to eat it really, but sometimes I can't resist. So. All right, everybody, okay, I want to hear what's everybody's favorite thing to have for breakfast. I know we have favorite eggs, but what's your favorite thing to eat for breakfast? Unmute yourselves and tell me. Yeah. What, Molly? Annabelle, what's your favorite?
Bacon.
Bacon, okay. What about you, Annabelle? Pancakes?
Pancakes.
I like pancakes too, yes. I do too. Nathan, what's your favorite thing for breakfast?
Eggs.
Eggs? And Molly?
Donuts.
You're not sure? Everything.
Donuts.
Donuts. Oh yeah, Dunkin' Donuts in particular, my favorite. Well, I'm from England, and in England we don't eat pancakes for breakfast. I thought it was very strange that people in this country ate pancakes for breakfast when I came here. So it was a long, long time before I tried them, thinking it was really weird because we only eat them like for dessert, you know, with fruit inside or something. But then once I had them, I decided I really like, because I like banana and walnut pancakes are my favorite. And I go to a place near where I live, which is called Eggs and That, like with a Pittsburgh accent, Eggs and That. And they do great banana and walnut pancakes, and they're my favorites. All right, so my first lot of bacon is, as I say, not completely crispy, but it's getting there. And I'm going to take it off, as I say, it's going to crisp up. And I don't like it overly crispy, okay? So I'm going to put my other pieces in here and do this second lot. I should have not had breakfast. I should have just waited to eat this. So we want to let that cool a little bit, all right, before we try and cut it up, because it's going to be hot. Because we do want to kind of break it or cut it into pieces. So that's part of the reason why I did it in 2 lots, because I thought then we can cut up 1 lot while we're waiting for the other batch to cool, all right? We're going to cut it into pieces and we're going to sprinkle it on here like it was pepperoni on a regular pizza, okay?
My bacon is still cooking.
Yeah, okay, that's all right. That's all right. My other half is too, because I'm doing mine in 2 halves. So
There's that one. What's she doing?
I'm waiting for my bacon.
And for the bacon.
All right, I'm turning my second little batch of bacon over. Be very careful with this because it can splash. That's not very nice when it splashes up and hits you on the hand or something. All right. Great smell. You'll smell good, guys? Yep. All right, so I think, as I say, it's slightly crispy, not overly crispy. Carefully move your pan away off the heat and turn your heat off. Make sure your pan's back on the stove and the handle so that you don't burn yourself, because you've got that hot fat in there and you don't want to walk past and catch it. Now, you can cut your bacon up with scissors, you can pull it apart with your fingers, you can do it with a knife. It's up to you, but you want to cut it into pieces, I don't know, about that sort of size, like that. All right, and we're going to put them on top of, I think scissors work really well, on top of eggs. All right, and it doesn't have to be in any particular fashion. Just put it wherever you like. All right. Now be careful with the second lot if you've got it in 2 lots, if it's a bit hot, because you want to burn your fingers. I think I've got plenty of bacon here. Oh, I've got more. Oh, goody. You could put sausage on here too if you wanted to cook sausage. That would work really well too. That would be really nice. Or Canadian bacon. You could cook that and put that on. There we go. I've got all mine on. I've got really greasy fingers, so I'm going to wipe my hands on some paper towel. All right, so does everyone have their bacon on pretty much? So next we're going to put our cheese on. So I have cheddar cheese here. You can use any cheese you like. If you prefer, you could use pizza cheese if you wanted to, but I think the cheddar cheese is quite nice with the eggs. So sprinkle it all over, about a cup of it. It doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be absolutely exact. All right. Oh, this is making me hungry and I already had my breakfast. I might have to have breakfast pizza for lunch today. I think I've got quite enough on there now. There. All right, so it should look like that, okay? Everyone got their cheese on? Looks like it. Okay, all right, so now it's gonna go back in the oven very carefully. If it's still hot, use your oven mitt to pick it up. Mine's cooled down a bit, so it's okay. So we're gonna put it back in the oven. And we are gonna cook it for another 8 minutes, all right? So timer, pop it in the oven like that, all right? And hopefully it'll taste really, really yummy. All right, I think we should have a look at our clementines and see if they've set up. They should have done, I think, by now.
We didn't put ours in the fridge. Ours are
Are they going to go in the fridge?
no, they
That's all right, that's okay. If they haven't, well, you can try a couple and see. If they haven't set up, then you can put the rest in the fridge, can't you? All right. All right, here are mine on here. Can you see that?
Because they won't be cool.
And then you can, if you want to pick one up, whether it's set or not, it doesn't matter, and you can try them.
Molly, she said try one even if it's not.
Mm-mm.
That's good.
We're not mean.
This tastes good. I actually think I prefer those to strawberries dipped in chocolate. It's funny, I love orange and chocolate together, but lots of recipes.
Amazing.
They're amazing. Good, that's what I like to hear.
I'm not gonna eat them because I don't like chocolate.
Oh goodness. You don't like
No. Or ice cream.
or ice cream. Who
My
doesn't
sister
like
doesn't like chocolate or ice cream.
Oh,
She is the
Annabelle. Well, I had a niece who didn't like pizza, so I still think that was very strange too. But no ice cream. Oh goodness me, I love ice cream. My favorite thing to eat. That's why I don't buy it very often. I'd eat far too much. What's your favorite ice cream? Those who like ice cream, what's your favorite ice cream? Molly, favorite ice cream?
Rainbow.
Rainbow. Okay. Other Molly, favorite ice cream? Got two Mollys.
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Nathan, what's your favorite ice cream?
Cookie dough.
Cookie dough. Oh man. Mine's buttered pecan. That's my favorite. I love that.
My sister. Are you?
Am I what? She's gone quiet. Monkey's turning the thing off. Oh, lost the screen for a minute. All right, so we're waiting for our pizza to come out. Anybody got any questions? Anyone got any questions? Anything you want? You can unmute yourselves and ask me a question. My picture keeps going off for some reason. I don't know why. There we go. It keeps going on and off, but I'm still here. I can still hear you guys if you've got any questions about anything to do with what we made.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
What's my favorite thing to cook? Let me think. Chicken. I like chicken in all sorts of ways. And then I also like cookies, chicken and cookies. Those are my two favorites. I like white chocolate chip macadamia nut cookies. They're my favorites. All right, so you've all got timers on your pizza, I hope. I'm just going to guess. We're going to hope it's full, hope it's done. All right, I'm going to put these on a little plate so they look nice. Grab a plate. All right, so I'm going to take them like this, and I'm going to lay them on around in a pretty design like that. See, on my plate. There we go. Oh, there's my timer. I think my pizza's nearly done. I'm just going to finish doing these. I'm going to pull it out. Whoops. There we go. Look pretty, huh? Stick that there for a minute. All right, let me see if my pizza is done. No, not quite. That was my timer saying it had redone the heat. Actually, I thought it was done a bit quickly. So not quite done yet, but a few minutes. And then we'll be all done. And then you can eat your pizza with your oranges for brunch today. All right, that'll be good, won't it? Worst things to eat. So what is everybody else doing for the rest of the day? Do fun things today? Get out in the yard? No, nothing, Nathan? Nothing else so exciting? This is the most exciting thing of the day.
Anybody gonna tell me what you're doing?
I get to go to an art camp at the playground.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, they're doing it at the playground. That's a good idea. That's a great idea.
Atlanta. In Atlanta.
And what? In Atlanta. Yes, I know it's in Atlanta because I know that's where you live. Can't be in Pittsburgh, can it? Because it's too far to come for a camp all the way to Pittsburgh for the day. Uh-oh, are we eating all our oranges there, other Molly? It's funny. All right, I've got 3 more minutes on my pizza. How long you got on yours? Hopefully not too long. And I'm going to take it out and I'm going to cut a piece and I'm going to eat a piece. So, so you do realize, you know what the most important thing about cooking is after you finish cooking? Doing all the cleanup, doing the washing up. Good cook always does all her own washing up, you know, or his own washing up. So you're gonna have to help do the washing up. We'll do it all. I'll put it in the dishwasher or something, all right? So the kitchen's, Mum's kitchen's all nice and clean again when you've finished, okay? Don't wanna make a big mess. All right, let's see how we're doing. 2 more minutes. Time's going slow. It always does when you're waiting for something to cook. 1 minute. Oh, you got 1 minute. Okay, well, that's good. Are you arranging your? Oh, that's nice. You're arranging all your oranges. Oh, that's nice. That's pretty. Nathan, did you try yours? Have you tried them?
Yes.
Are they good? Oh, those look good. Those look great. Very pretty. Good, good. I'm glad you tried them. It's hard not to eat them all, I think. Have to keep them in the fridge and only eat a few at a time, I think. Otherwise, too much chocolate. All right. I'm down to 45 seconds for my pizza. The big countdown. Molly and Annabelle, is yours ready? Hooray! All right, take it out and let's have a look at it. Mine's nearly ready too. All right, let me see it when you've got it out, okay? All right, mine's ready too. Yay. Oh. Yeah, actually mine could do I'm going to take mine out, but I'm going to show you that mine's not quite as brown around the outside as I would like it to be. Maybe because I used a fairly small pan. Can you see that? I'm actually going to pop mine back in for a couple of minutes. Let's see yours. Yeah, if it's not quite brown enough. Oh, that looks good. Molly, yours looks good. Mine's just a little bit it's because my dough is very thick. So I'm going to put mine back in just for a couple of minutes, all right? Because we want it to what am I doing? Ugh. I can't operate the timer. All right, so I'm just going to put mine back in for 2 more minutes because I want to be a little brown around the outside. So if you want to be very careful when you take it out, cut it into small pieces. Why my screen's gone funny again, I don't know. Can you still see me? Oh yeah, no you can't. No. What's going on? There we go. I don't know why. Must be some sort of internet interruption in here, I think. I keeps going out a little bit. But when you take it out, you want to carefully, if you can, or mum and dad can, carefully lift it out of the pan and put it on a cutting board for you to cut. And you can use a pizza cutter to cut it, or you can just use a knife, or mum and dad can, because it's going to be very hot, guys. So you do want to be careful.
We are putting ours in the oven for 1 more minute.
Okay.
Mine wasn't fully cooked all the way, and Annabelle's is also in the oven. So,
okay. That's okay. That's okay. So, Molly, let's see yours, because you took yours out, right? Other Molly. So yours that can I? Oh, that looks beautiful. Yeah, that looks really good. Yeah, that's perfect. So you guys can, let it cool a bit, and then you can eat it. All right, I'm just going to wait for mine to come out, and then we'll be finished pretty much. You can go away and enjoy your food, okay? And I hope everybody had fun. And I hope you come back and do some more.
thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart. You're welcome. Let me get mine out. A little browner, a little bit better. Oh, that's a bit better. Got a little bit of brown on it. Mine has. Not a huge amount, but a little bit there. All right. So there we go. Well, I hope everybody had fun, and thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us from Atlanta. It was great to meet you all, and hopefully see you all again soon, I hope. All right?
Pizza is almost done. Not
Good.
almost.
All right. Well, I'm gonna.
No,
I'll wait. I'm good, girls. I'm gonna wait and see yours see if it's done. All right.
we cut our bacon. We cut our bacon with scissors.
Did you? Oh, good.
It was fun. It was really fun.
Oh, that looks really good, Nathan. Sorry a minute. Oh, that looks great. That looks really good. So enjoy, guys, and thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. That was great.
5, 4, 3,
3, 2, 1. Yay! Oh, great job, guys. That looks great. That looks good.
It looks delicious.
Good, good, good.
Molly, wait. We just need to go to sit a little bit. Girls, can you all tell her thank you, and we hope to see you soon?
Yes, we'll see you soon, I hope. Yes. All right. Take care, everybody.